Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to show you in this video, I believe, is the solution to many of the world's problems, especially financial problems and corruption problems. Now, what we have here to present for you today are many solutions, many plans as well, and much information, knowledge that's very powerful, intelligence for all intelligence agencies or governments out there, people that care about information and care about the truth, that are God loving, God fearing people, or obviously the real one, not fake, no fake gods, but you know this right here, guys. We have the currency challenge. Now, if you guys were to just collect physical currency from every nation, it would raise the value of the nation's currency in every nation but itself, but also in itself as well. Now, it would make the cost of our currencies more expensive everywhere worldwide, which would raise the value, would it not? So now you could actually sell your money to people that are collecting currencies in other nations for profit, and then they could sell it back to you. Now, that would be, horrible in many people's eyes, but it was also great the whole time because it would, you know, raise our value of our currencies. Beyond that, we have Cash Connect, a new marketplace here that we're going to talk about in this video, and some life-changing information at Save the World. Sorry, tinyurl.com/Let's Save Humanity. So that's a document. This is a priceless document. We have much other priceless information right here. You can see this right here, right? So this, oh, sorry, it's upside down. We have the Super Leaks truth files or powerful intelligence at superleaks.com. We have, sorry if it's a little fuzzy here. We got the facts PDF, including the Super Leaks, and that's all I'm going to tell you about right now. tinyurl.com/ the facts PDF or facts PDF, however you want. But with this new economy, this backup global economy, ladies and gentlemen, this currency creation system, this payment system, this global time bank. This is a time bank, yes. Uh, and exchange marketplace. We now have the power to create money or essentially, track what is already valuable information, marbles, that you're about to learn about, and just about anything else, even this deck of cards, even the cards within this deck of cards. This deck of cards could be signed by a person, a celebrity, anybody, and individually a QR code or it could be turned into a voucher with any kind of currency attached to it through our system. So what is the money backed by? Well, the money is backed by everything. Everything becomes the value of the money. Information becomes the value of the money. And Patrick's going to talk more about that, and how his marbles are going to be money soon in the future, or you can take anything and turn it into money. This is called confirmational currency. Now, before I finish off here this introduction, I just want to tell you a quick thing about confirmational currency or confirmation currency. Now, confirmational currencies work with a system. So even if they shut off the power, they shut off the internet right now, we could still use confirmational currencies. Now, the way they work is you can take even a dollar bill that is completely worthless, valueless, as they say it is, but it's not, right? Because now you can take that serial number, you can call the system operators, call with your satellite phone, use your walkie-talkie, your CB radio, and you could let them know that you have this currency, this object, this thing, whatever, you got a barcode, whatever, and you have the code for it. Each single one, they would be given a code by the owner. And every single time someone calls in with the code, once they confirm the code, they can attach anything they want to it, any information, any, their name, uh, even, link to a video, a document, whatever. So it backs up the currency, increasing the value of whatever it is as well. So you can now create money, have more power than governments. You are the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Right? Now you can create cash, you can create change with our Change the World Challenge, right? So the change is, essentially backed by information of everything that the money is backed by, that you put on the documents, Change the World flyers, Change the World documents, in videos, songs, you name it. But I want to let Patrick tell you more about his ideas and what he's doing, and how we're changing the world.
Well, I have a question first, Devin. I want to know because I know this guy. He has a massive collection of just about everything, including baseball cards. And he's a real vegetable, pretty much. Okay. But could he actually uh, increase the value of his baseball cards using this system?
Absolutely. He can increase the value of anything he has. Anyone can now increase the value of
So,
anything with this system because what they're capable of doing is not only tracking it around and declaring that they're the owner or, helping declare the new owner as the owner to secure, say someone steals it, they can contact the police and say, hey, I'm in this system. I have this registered in this system. I'm the owner. It's right here. Let me call to confirm. Look, they'll confirm it for you. And on top of that, you can now attach anything digitally, verbally, even over the phone or,
so let's take the baseball card for example. Though he has maybe 10 of the same baseball card. How can we validate that it's actually the same card?
Well, so what we can do is, anything you can write a serial number on it. You can put one of these QR codes on there, or you can take a picture of it. You can, put a signature. You can put yourself holding it, or take a picture of it. Anything when you zoom in enough, you can see the little scratches, the little, the dents and stuff like that. So you could tell with a high power flash camera
Maybe.
usually what's what and decide whether it's the same one or not, even if it has more wear and tear on it. So he could not only track his cards around, he could also associate flyers. He could digitalize his cards and even print them out like this. Anyone could take their business card, their website, a document. They can attach a video, anything they want, and turn it into physical money. Now, this started out as just turning NFTs, digital NFTs, and cryptocurrencies into a physical product that you could sell for profit.
Okay.
And now
Okay. Well,
it became
let
this.
me just ask just another question to see what about a bicycle?
A bicycle, it would work the same way as a car, a vehicle.
You could do it
You
with
would
a
take
car.
the VIN number, you take the serial number on the sticker of the bicycle, you take a picture of it, you take, whatever many pictures you want, and you'd create a voucher. It would be like 1 cent, a dollar, or whatever you wanted to, or you could just have us create an entire new, voucher system for that bicycle. So that way when you
What
sold
I'm
it,
trying to
you could
what
sell
I'm
for the
trying to get
money.
across what I'm trying to get across is that it works with anything, and that even a vegetable can use this system.
Oh yeah, exactly. Anybody can use this. Kids in high school, in middle school, could use this system. Even an elementary school student could use the system, and it's completely legal and lawful because when you go to cashmaps.com, this is a secret that we're just releasing, just revealing right now. You'll get free money right now, and this is that's game.
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. What happens when the kids are earning more money than their parents?
Well, that's the problem. That's why the parents need to go over to cashconnect.com, and the parents need to go to cashmaps.com and get all that cash before their kids do. No, no, but
No, I mean,
seriously,
just
on a
they're going to
serious
be able.
note, bro,
I think
uh,
they're going to be able to work this before mom and pop, and they're going to put mom and pop out of business.
the good thing is, this is safer than Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's even safer than cash. Because if your kids do create a Cash Connect account, what we can do is track every purchase and everyone that they've interacted with and release that to the parents if they can prove that they're the guardians of the children and that their children create the account because, the children don't have a lawful right to create an account in the first place and, agree to the terms, so they don't have the protection of their privacy for us to not release that to you. Now we won't release it to anyone else, but if you prove that you're the parent and your child creates an account, I will go out of my way to make sure that I help you any way that you need.
All right. Well, as I
Or
was
anyone else will, a staff member of Cash Connect.
as I was explaining before, before we started recording, that my intentions would be to make the Atlantean marbles. It'll be a marble very similar to this one. It could be any size. It could be a little one or a bigger one. Of any size, and I will include the photographs of the marble and actual possible video and other media along with that as the our version of this crystal currency, or I guess I don't know what else to call it, other than Atlantean marbles, which it is, and I make these regularly, but each one is unique. You cannot duplicate this, other than perhaps, and so there might come a day where you might be able to forge this, but it's not anywhere near in the future. I don't think, because there will always be a defect within the replica of something as fine as cracking a crystal. And so this will be one form of the currency, just one form. It'll be my form, and it'll be valuable because it'll be the photographs and the images that come from within that are actually the real gem of the thing. Sure, you can have this thing or
That's
the
what
other.
makes it a collector's item.
Yeah, this would be a collector's item, but it goes attached to all the other media that goes with it, including the videos of the creatures and the things that are inside of here. Oh, they're not really creatures, but your brain will see the strange images that are in each one. Used for anything. If we put them on a coffee cup, I could put them on a coffee table. I could put them on a surfboard. I could put them on a skateboard. I could put them on a motorcycle helmet, a motorcycle gas tank. You could make a tattoo. You could do anything, with the image once you have it. But once it's evidence, it's yours, unless you want to give it to somebody else or let somebody else use it, or they steal it from you. But they'll always, because there's always more inside, because each one is unique. But that's
If you
just what I.
could manage, just like that marble, if you could, get a casing, a small little round, like I was saying earlier, a magnetic thing that,
A little shell.
yeah, perfect, like a peanut shell or
Right,
exactly like
right.
a pistachio almost. Get it closed in or like an Easter egg kind of thing.
I'm thinking a cube.
Oh, there
You
you
know.
go. And then on the cube on the bottom of it, you put this little QR code. And then
Yeah,
anyone can now scan it. And now when they scan it, now they can put a password on it. They
that's
can
right.
put it
It'll
on
be on the
their
bottom.
email,
It'll
and
be
they
the
can
cube will be like this.
comment on it too.
That the
And
cube will be
you
like,
can put whatever you want on that. You can take a picture of it. Yeah, that's what you should do, I think. You should get a device or get some kind of scanner and scan it or get like a 3D scan somehow of it. Like
yeah,
360 so you can like you're like in the marble and you can like you know and like you're outside the marble and you can like look in too, so you could see like two perspectives from being in the marble, around the marble, or whatever, or you could just
well,
like move around the marble.
that's what the video already does.
That'd
You
be
know,
cool, man.
it shows each slideshow of the video is 200 slides, dun, 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 200 times, and it slices the marble. It's kind of like a CAT scan, where you go to the CAT scan and it slices you into different
So
sections as it
you could
goes
do
along.
that for every marble, you're saying?
Yeah, I already do that with every marble.
Oh, so then you should take that. Now you have an entire system. We could, that's probably what
But
we could do for Cash Connect,
but
to be
that's but
honest.
the problem is that that's only just one slice of the marble. I could turn it just 1/10 of 1 degree and it would be different, because
That's why you need a full 360
right,
scan somehow.
right,
But
it
that's
does.
something that's beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, but that would be a great idea. I would love to do that, and maybe to get a technology where I'm able to zoom way in while doing the same thing at a micro level, or at a macro level, to where you can go beneath the actual outer shell of the marble and not see anything else but what's really in there.
Yeah, like check the DNA of the marble or something like that.
It's kind of like that,
Whatever it is,
but
an
just
atom.
when they break, it's like a snowflake. When a snowflake forms, that each one is different because there's different factors, and even though that it's exactly the same stuff. So you got a card, so you can take a card and you can sign the card. It's the King of Hearts.
Thanks, please. What I'm wondering now, though, is how do we determine, just like that
I'm sorry,
marble?
I said the King of Hearts. It was the King of Spades. What was
It's
it?
all right. We got the king
I
of.
was hypnotized.
How do we
And
determine
there's
the
the King
difference
of Hearts.
between this king of hearts and another of the same deck if somebody bought it? That's what I want to know. Like, what can we put on here other than the QR code or a serial number to
But no, that's
identify
not the
this?
card that you pulled out.
What?
It was the King of Spades.
Yeah, no, I know. It's not. Yeah, both.
Right. So how did you get that card?
I just pulled it out.
Why? Because I said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say no. You,
That was just.
no, I messed up.
It is a coincidence. I'm gaslighting you. No. Uh, but yeah, we need to figure out a way to identify anything like this, even a deck of cards, and make it like you got 52. Could be $52 now. This could be a dollar right here. Why? Because you take something like like the Change the World document over here, which is endlessly valuable, that could help to save people's lives. Anything that's valuable, we got the Change the World challenge, challenging you to create something like that could change the world, and
Okay.
attaching it to money or an object, associating it through our system, so that way we can make it a collector's item and even sell it for profit and change the world. That's
I
what
just
we're asking you to do, all you
I
guys.
just thought of I just thought of a strange idea. That was inspired as to why I'm called Captain White. Okay, is this maniac kept calling me Captain White, and he said that I was one of 12 special agents. Okay, and I had part of the codex. I had one of the keys,
Yeah.
and there were these people on the outside, and there were observers in the out in the solar system, and then they were and everything. But the key, and it's almost like a video game because I think it actually is that of some video game where you got all the or some movie where all the people, 12 rings, there are the Lord of the Rings, they all get together. So we need to get 12 different crystal currencies or whatever we're going to call them, and then have them emerge from different places to uh, to form a more higher value object, and then that object, will be the one, that will be the biggest value.
Uh,
No, I don't know how to explain it, but there could be uh, different aspects as to how to make the currency more valuable, and it would be participation for one, and the desire. It's just like a collector's item because basically the currency, they are collector's items because everybody will be um, bartering, because there will be a barter system. Of course, that's what it is, uh, where they're able to trade, like say a bicycle for a baseball card.
yeah,
Is that true? I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't really know.
I'm not sure. Sorry, I was kind of
Okay, like say I got a baseball card for Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, fucking baseball card number one, man, when he was still in his Pampers. All right, and 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 I want to trade it for a Lamborghini that
Yeah.
some guy has, you know, and so they can do that. They can exchange those things.
Oh yeah, this allows any exchange of anything lawful, legal,
What
worldwide.
about services like, say, if I want to mow your grass for the statue that you have in your front yard?
Yeah. Well, there's multiple ways you can do that as well. So, we have time banking going on here. So the time bank allows people to exchange their actual real time. So if you're getting paid right now, working at a regular job, you're not getting paid time as well, are you? We'll pay you time for your hours that you worked already. If you're a volunteer and you prove that you volunteered a certain amount of hours to us, we will put those minutes worth of hours into your account. Okay? If you are anyone in any time bank worldwide, we know there are thousands of time banks worldwide. There's plenty of you. Join our new system, which is a universal time bank, and we will double the time that you have. We will not take the time that you have in your other time bank. We will double it. We will give you that same amount in our time bank in your account. You just have to get your time bank manager, or if you can prove it yourself, you have to prove that you earn the time, right? So if you have a job as a contributing member of society, if you're a volunteer for anything, or you're in a time bank worldwide, you can now get time for your time if you can prove it. Okay? And then once you get the time for your time, you can go up in here just like a time bank. You can sell your time as money, which has no set dollar value. We don't put a price on time. The government does, but we don't do that. Your employer might, right? But we're going to tell you that you can do whatever you want. You can sell your time, which is money already, digital minutes of time, or you could trade it for other currencies. So if you want to sell it for, obviously you're selling it for currencies, or you can trade it for anything you want and need, basically. But you could also trade it just like a time bank for services right here beneath time. So this is what you see when you go into the marketplace. You just go into listings market on cashconnect.com, cash with a K, cashconnect.com. Get $100 now just for joining, and $20 for every person you get to join with you. So anyone that you get to join and support Cash Connect and our new confirmational currencies that could help change the world, even if there's a nuclear holocaust, even if the world shuts down, they shut down the phones, they shut down the internet. We still have CB radios and satellite phones and confirmational currencies and our backup of our system, so that way we can keep going on, and we can even have a backup government, backup power, backup internet, backup everything right now set up. So that way, even if they do shut it down or some catastrophe happens, we already have this stuff in place, as we should, in the highest priority interest of national and international security. And everyone's safety in general, you know, everyone's security. But yeah, go ahead, Patrick. Sorry.
Okay, so I want to know. So the plate says, get your $100 now for joining. Um, what is that $100? What and
Well,
how are we
most
going to get
people
it to them?
ask how this money is backed up, and we've already answered that question. It's hard to wrap our minds around it because of how much, you know, sorry for my language, but how much we're getting earned. You know, every single day we're getting jerked around, we're getting deceived, we're getting dissuaded, we're getting used. Usury is going on, treason's going on, terrorism's going on, fraud is going on, money laundering, human trafficking. Actually, it's not really money laundering. It's not really money. It's currency. It's fiat currency. And even something backed by gold and silver itself, what value? It has value, but what value does it have for you in comparison to, even just
Right.
a $1 cash voucher with the meanings of life on it, the reality exposed, and the potential way out of the matrix, or how to leave life alive, and the truth about God and yourself and everyone around you and everything around you. What value does a little piece of gold have in comparison to that? It's priceless. So that's what backs the money. It's us. It's the over a decade of time and effort that went into building Cash Connect. It's endless value, potential value, and value that it has already right there, self-evidently, and all the possibilities we now have that we didn't have before, all the choices we now have, all the the freedom, the hope, us being unified together, us being able to create our own worldwide, nationwide, and countywide local operations with each other. So that way we can do what our government isn't doing, because we're the government of the people, by the people, for the people in America. We can even make money off of other people's products and services in here as well. Everyone has the ability to use affiliate marketing system or capabilities in our system. So that way, let's say you're selling something for $100, and you only pay $50 for it. You got $50 profit. You want to be generous, and you say, hey, I'll give whoever helps me sell this 50% of the profits. So you're giving them 25 out of the $50 every time they help you sell it, right? So now you can get 100 people out there instead of just you trying to make that $25 to sell something for you, and that's just one product, or one service that you're providing. Or it could be money itself. It could be your money. It could be your cash voucher. It could be your change, the World Challenge voucher. It could be your NFT, your physical NFT. It could be your digital NFT. It could be your course. It could be your system. It could be your website. It could be your business card turned into money, or just by itself. Anything is now a collector's item and trackable in our system, and you can increase its value effortlessly. And now, anyone that's homeless, that's on the street, that has no money, that has no phone, nothing, you can walk into a library and you go on the computer. Now, maybe not quite yet now at the time the making of this video, but in the future, if Cash Connect does succeed, you will instantly be able to automatically earn time for the time that you spend on the website. It will track the minutes that everyone spends on the website or in the app and pay you for it in your account automatically. And you can get a job or get some kind of work, or as I said, you can help to sell something with affiliate marketing. If you have, a lead, a customer or client lead for a business owner or a seller, well, you can contact them there if they're seeking leads. If you know somebody that might, want to buy, or get the services, you can make money off of that. You can drop ship items from other websites in here and sell to other people. You could sell e-gift cards. You can raise money for donations. You can ask, raise donate, whatever. You could ask for resources right here in your area. We show you on a map where you can find resources. So if you need food, if you need hygiene products, if you need shelter, if you
Well,
need
wait a minute.
anything, it's right here. And the resources based on a map feature.
Hey, I just had an idea. I don't know what you think about this, but what if we decided to buy foreign currency? What do you think that that might do?
If we bought foreign currency, not only, and then we made it a collector's item, if we took, because it's only unlawful in the country that you live in to deface the value of the currency, right?
I don't know, but
Not
I'm
the
just
value, deface the currency, like to draw on it. Like if I
because
drew on a
this,
dollar bill right now, that would technically be unlawful, or something like that, right?
but you can take the dollar, or you can. The rule is you can't destroy money, but you can alter it. So like I did.
So we can increase the value of it by writing our voucher number on there.
Yes, if it does indeed, if it's agreed that that did indeed increase the value of the bill, then you can legally write on it or turn it into a piece of art.
So it's like what you were saying earlier, where's George.com or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
there was the "Where's George" thing that went on, and I don't know if that was particularly legal. I guess it was because nobody really complained about it. It made it into an interesting game, and they were tracking these dollar bills all over the country. I used to play. I still have an account somewhere, but I haven't seen one of those bills in years. They took them all away.
Before I forget, I want to mention that it not only increases the value when you add value to this money or any object that you create a voucher for. and now what you want to create the voucher, the dollar amount, it does matter, but it doesn't because it becomes so much more valuable than the dollar amount of the voucher that you might as well just put 1 cent. It might as well put a penny because no matter what it is, you're not. You don't want to say, all right, I have a bottle of water, it's worth 10 cents, or whatever, 25 cents, um, or lower. I would say it's lower than that. You go to the dollar store, you get 6 bottles of water for $1. You go to Big Lots, you get 3 cases of 32 for $11. So that's 96 bottles of water, $11 and change with the tax. So, do the math. That's a pretty good deal. What this does is it freezes the value of the dollar. It fights inflation and reverses inflation, increases the value of our money or our currencies worldwide. It fights the Illuminati, Rothschild banking system, but also supports it, increases the value of their money, and hopefully raises awareness with these truth leaks at supraleaks.com, supraleaks.com. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, about these global resets and how they're trying to make it all digital currency. We don't want that. Now with this system, you can now print your money out. You have the power to create money, and you have the power to print money, to email it, to text it, to fax it, whatever you want to do, and it is actually scannable. We have Android app, we have an iPhone app. Just go to Cyclos, Cyclos, right? Just search for Cyclos in the App Store, whatever you're using, and then when it asks you for the link, you want to put communities.cyclos.org/ the cash with a K connection. All right. And if you need help, you can contact us, The Cash Connect, cash with a K, The Cash Connect at gmail.com. And, what you'll be able to do now is, like I said, you can freeze the value of your money. So essentially, let's say you have $100 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going down. Oh no! You don't want to pay extra to have to trade that Bitcoin for cash again just to not lose your money because cash holds, it apparently holds its value, right? So what do? You get cash with a K instead. And now you have that amount of value in cash. And you can now, if you want to take that cash, you can play around with it. You can do an endless amount of things. The possibilities are endless now. The world is yours. You can associate that cash. You can take pennies. You got $100 of cash. How many pennies do you get at $100? A deck of cards. You can take decks of cards. You can get a little stamper or a little like a printer, right? Take all these QR codes, extract these QR codes, get dollar, get a penny, whatever, and print them on the back of these cards. And now every card could be $1 or more, right? Anything, bottles of water, products. You want to get your business card out there. You want to get a video out there. You're an artist and you want to get your music out there. Make an NFT voucher or a special voucher, or not a voucher. Create cash or change with your songs attached, with your business card attached, with photos, documents, files, zip files attached to this money. And then you'll be given for each one a specific QR code, a unique QR code and voucher number and other information that you can use to give to other people or to put on the products. You can create stickers. You can print stickers and put it on bottles of water or any other product that you're already selling or other people's products in stores. And now, not only are you giving them cash back, giving them money back for their purchase, you can even put it on your business card, a unique code on every business card you're giving them money, right? Giving them or putting a scan so that way they join Cash Connect, they get the $100, and you get $20 in your Cash Connect account, right? Even better. Every single one person that scans that code, right?
You
So
know,
you can contact us for your unique code to do that. 860-731-8681, the Cash Connect at gmail.com, cash with a K. But what that allows you to do now long story short, guys, is not only create money, make anything more value, and attach money that you're creating to it, an NFT, and attach all other kinds of value to that money, increasing its value over time even. You can now trade any kind of money for cash, holding that value, increasing that value, like I said. And then, in the process of doing that, you can even profit because, you have something. Let's say someone has Cash with a K. They want Cash App. They want PayPal. They want this. They want that. They're seeking it. Go into the seeking ad. Right here, you got people seeking cash, right? And you have people here offering cash. And you got currency exchange. So that's if you want to do the currency collection, the currency challenge, collecting all the currencies worldwide, physically or digitally. You could do it right here, the currency exchange. All right. And once you do that, guys, now you're able to profit because you have, both ways you're able to profit because it depends on, who's looking and what you're offering and what they're looking for. Right?
Listen, Devin, you know, I just realized something that's it's actually kind of hilarious in a way. It's like say because this is new. You've worked a long time on this. You've really invested a lot.
Over 15 years.
So this is very well thought out. Like say if some swinging Johnson came along in the country or whatever, watches the video and they decide to steal your idea, you
Yeah.
know,
It's
uh,
copyrighted. You can't steal it.
it would still be a good thing because the result would, like, say, if somebody was successful. I mean, in a way, you're trying to groom people really to do what you're doing. What this whole thing is about, spreading the whole thing.
It's
So
not
every
about the money per se. It's about financial freedom. It's about
right,
liberating the people from all forms of slavery and beyond financial slavery, mental, psychological slavery, and even more importantly, spiritual slavery.
like
And
say,
we're
so
working our way up because people don't have enough time right now for this information that we're releasing to them with the Super Leaks at supraleaks.com and the Super Leaks fax file, tinyurl.com/ the fax PDF, or sorry, the fax PDF. And, they need more time because they're working. They're working. They got to feed their kids. They got to feed themselves. They got to pay their bills. And what this does, it alleviates that. It makes it so you can work from home now, or you can get way more money even than your job potentially,
so
or
so
side money.
Fancy Nancy, or Betty Boop, or anybody can just
You could
jump
be
in.
homeless. You could
Yeah.
be 5 years old and make $1,000 right now with this system.
So there's literally a potential
Potentially.
that a young child is even as old as 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah, we'll go to that. We'll go to 10, 12 to be more
Right,
realistic.
right, but they could literally um, uh, make more money than their parents do by going to work at a 9 to 5 job.
Yep. And it's not a get rich quick scheme, guys. It's not a scheme. It's the future. It's what was, it is the product of over 15 years of research and development, technically decades, because it took what was already there. I took the time bank system, I took the LET system, I took community currencies, I took cryptocurrency, I took the blockchain. This is the new blockchain. We call it the public ledger. Every transaction is recorded in our system. If anyone were to ever hack into your account and steal your money, our system operates on the Cyclos banking platform, which has thousands of banks and community currency systems, let systems, even time banks and other
But
systems
even
already operating
but
on it.
even if somebody broke in and like state because my marbles are going to be part of the currency, or like you said, a bicycle, you can break in electronically, steal maybe what that was electronically, but you can't get the physical item.
You can't use it. If they stole your item because you have it registered in our system, not only did you make it more valuable by making its own currency, you're also protecting yourself from theft in the future because if anyone steals your item and gives it to someone else and somebody scans it or finds out that it's associated with Cash Connect, then they can find out that it was a stolen item. and they can track it around who has it. You can find who has your item.
Right, but who are we going to hire to be the secret security for us?
Well, at this point, you wouldn't need it because Cash Connect is your security. Because what it is it's a tracker for all your items. It's a tracker for your money. It's a tracker for anything, but not people. Obviously, we don't want to track people. This is not, um, a system that will be used for any kind of fraud or any illegal purposes, and we will not tolerate any kind of fraud or illegal purposes. And as I just told you, we have a public ledger, so any kind of transactions that you're doing, um, will get you if you're doing anything unlawful. And keep in mind that any attempt by the U.S. government or any other government or the United Nations or international corporations or federations or institutions to shut down Cash Connect is an open act of war. It is financial terrorism. It is treason, high treason, the highest treason against the people of God and God. It is. It is tyranny. It is crimes against humanity. It is everything that it is all at the same time. Cash Connect is more lawful, more legitimate, more beneficial, more valuable than all the fiat currencies combined and all the systems combined, all the economies combined, and I think even the rulers combined at this point. Literally. And you can debate about that. That's the only thing that's really debatable, whether their lives are more valuable or less valuable than what I'm saying. But certainly their systems are less valuable than the Cash Connect system. More and more over time as more people use it, because it doesn't steal value from the systems already there. As I said, we're creating value and we're increasing the value of the other currencies that are already there, of the other system. We're fighting inflation. We're paying off our debt with new money instead of trying to, and it can't really be paid. Come on, guys, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's the biggest pyramid scheme that ever happened. And the global resets, both of them, are controlled by the same groups or organizations that created these fiat currencies in these central banks. So this is just slavery, whatever point up. So we're
Well,
just fighting that.
when they usually elect presidents of the United States, it's usually like an election process, and then everybody votes and everything like that. Well, it's going to be different for you because you're going to be pushed up there with a stick. There's going to be people going, "Get up there, and you're going to be like, ah.
I can't run till 2028 because I'm going to be 30.
You're not even going to run. You're going to be pushed up there with a stick because you're going to get up there, go.
I took them all on already. I took out the past
Because
president,
people are going to have enough of this.
took out the future
You're
president.
not going to
We're doing
you're
it
not
too.
going to have
We're
a
doing it.
choice.
We're taking them out, guys. We're taking out the competition. There is no competition. I Trump Trump. You Trump Trump. Everybody Trump's Trump because Trump is working for them. Whether you want to accept it or not, we don't care. Anyone that's dividing us like that, and they can say that about me, they can say that about you, they can say that about anyone at this point now, from this point on, you know, forcing vaccines, the father of vaccines, Biden trying to vaccine mandate us, the lockdown, 10 days of darkness. If you don't know about that, look that up. That includes forced vaccination. All right. So anyone that doesn't know about this stuff needs to do the research. But
Oh, I got a bad.
I got tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com/Devin for POTUS. And that'll lead you to a video that I created saying that I would run for president, but that I wouldn't remain president, that I would not use the system traditionally as people like Trump and Biden and Bush and all these other people have used it as, in their ways. Because how are you going to call out a compromised, enemy controlled system and still operate under that system? How are you going to say Illuminati, Illuminati? He didn't even say that, really. He didn't really call out the Satanism, the devilry, the purest of evil. He just called out the, code phrases, all this stuff. And Trump double speaks. He speaks in a way where you can interpret it on both sides as him being for you. Let me tell you right now, that's what the devil does too. That's what all the greatest deceivers do. They speak multivalently, antonymously multivalently. And I believe I learned that in a spiritual experience when I did something called dimethyltryptamine DMT, the spirit molecule. You could see a documentary about that if you want on Netflix. But uh, so I learned slowly over time how they deceive people, how they manipulate and control people. They get them on sides, or they counter their intelligence to make them think the opposite of what's true by layering in a whole bunch of things that sound true that support that deception, right? And reinforce it with programming. With they'll take something that they're doing like genocide, and they'll call it something like sustainable development. They'll take something that's you know unlawful, and they'll say, let's debate about it. It's a this debate, or it's this, vote yes for blankety blank, or vote no for blankety blank, right? For question something, right? That's how they get it, because they take stuff, or they take people, and they associate, they attach all these words, all these labels, all these things, all this programming, all this conditioning. Specifically, what they call it is monarch programming, and it's mind control, it's brainwashing, it's psychic driving, it's menticide, and they even call that something: social engineering, behavioral modification.
Oh yeah, the real behavioral modification came in the form of music television,
Yeah, the new normal. Oh, they call it programming. The new normal.
MTV. And the other thing I've noticed lately is there's been a huge influx of women and men as well wearing the leopard spotted animal print clothing, or like the cheetah look, and even these old women, like to wear that stuff. It makes them look sexy, and they're your sex kitten, and
Yeah, that needs to be exposed too. The sex kittens. Trump
but
did
no,
something about that. Biden did
what
something about that.
but what music television was is MTV was the birth of the transgender movement. It was the real push, for the age of Baphomet. When they're actually going to push together this transgender agenda, um, by making it think that it was somehow sexy, to put on some spandex leotards and
I
grab a
don't
guitar.
find that sexy. I think the harder women try to look sexy, or to look, to flaunt their shit around, the less attractive it is, really.
No, I'm not talking about the women.
Oh, the dudes, yeah, yeah. That's not even the
That's
question. That's
what
obviously
I'm talking about.
like,
Because
come
because who
on, dude.
who
Well,
made
like,
their
I'm not bashing anybody of any, anything,
no, but
but what
who
would you
rose
rather
hey,
have, guys?
who
Would
rose
you
the paper?
rather
Let's
have?
talk about Boy George. Let's talk about Dead or Alive. Let's talk about George Michael. Let's talk about George.
But they were pimped out. They pimped them out. They mind controlled a lot of them. They
Yeah,
were MKUltra monarchs, or
because
Illuminati
they
handled.
were they were probably this tall when they were raped as children.
Yeah, yeah. They
And
start pruning them from the earliest age on. What would you rather have, guys? Let me ask you a question. Everybody worldwide, right? Because you see Elon Musk, you see Andrew Tate, you see Alex Jones, you see Edward Snowden, you see Donald Trump, you see all these heroes worldwide. You see all these people right there, right in front. Just imagine it right there in front of your faces. Now compare and contrast. What can they do, and what can you do? And now, beyond that, what would you rather have? Would you rather have somebody with a fancy suit and a tie on, bullshitting you, telling you they're going to do this, they're going to do that, getting all this money from all these people that are, a lot of them ain't good people, uh, being in a crime family, having their family threatened, being controlled? Would you rather have an Illuminati puppet, or someone that claims to be against the Illuminati, or doesn't really call it out, but claims to be, against the deep state, the establishment, using all these code cover front words, but doesn't actually do it for 4 years or more? Or would you rather have us do it together, even if you need someone like me, or Patrick, Captain White over here, or anyone else that's part of this worldwide movement already, especially the targeted individuals, people that are being persecuted, being stalked around, uh, tortured, attempted to be mind controlled? It's MK Ultra 2.0. It's COINTELPRO 2.0. It's Pizzagate and Pedogate 2.0. It's like Inception from a distance with technology. It's like The Matrix in the simulation. It's like Strange Days from a distance. The movie. It's like so many different movies. They live all at the same time, many different aspects. Not all of them. Not all the
Well,
aspects of these
it's
movies.
at the point. It's at the point in the movie where the ragtag bunch of misfits somehow managed to find the secret code and to pull the magic rabbit out of their ass and to diffuse the detonator that's about to go off. Is it's to that point. It's that point of the climax. But we're just waiting for the end. Because either we're going to get blown up and die as heroes,
I'm
or
thinking
we're just
Linkin Park in my head, right? Waiting on the end. What we gotta do, guys, is just simply recognize you like movies, guys. You like movies. You like TV shows. You like action. You like drama. You like heroes. You like comic books. You like superheroes. Then why don't you be them? Because right now you're in a real life movie. It's the only one that really matters. And apparently we're gonna live forever, whether we want to or not. And there's a bunch of evil, demonic overlords, bunch of fake gods, bunch of fake Christ characters. There's a bunch of antichrist, real antichrist is the same thing. There's a bunch of evil tyrants and rulers and dictators and terrorists who are the ones in charge of this world. They say in 2 Corinthians 4:4 that the devil is the god of this world. That the people of this world are blinded by the devil, deceived by the devil, who is the god of this world, the one they call God. So when people use the word God, it doesn't just mean what you think it means if you're a good person that wants to believe in the real God. It means the devil too, because that's who they worship as God. So God has all these meanings antonymously, all valently, multivalently.
amen,
So we can't just say God anymore.
amen, amen, brother. Woo!
We gotta be the hero. So you're living in a real life movie. We got these terms. We got this term right now. A whole bunch of terms, really. But we got something called non-person or non-playable characters. NPCs, and they're calling all you sleepy people out there that are worried about your money more than you can't hold on to, worried about your job more than you can't hold on to. You want to get jabbed up. You want to get fucking all this shit put into you. The devil's the god of this world, and they work for him. What do you think they put in that vaccine? You know,
Yeah, I said Amen Ra. That is.
how many? Yeah, Ra, whose name was Marduk. He's the son of Enki of the Anunnaki in the Bible, who saved Noah from the deluge, according to history and my research. You can see more of that research, tinyurl.com/reality exposed. But guys, Marduk, M for Marduk, I wouldn't be surprised if that was McDonald's. M just to put the M. Everything's multivalent. M for multivalent. I even got the M in my shower to remind me of that stuff, guys. All right, to remind me the evil and the good in this world. We got this M. It could mean massive or it could mean miniature. It could mean micro or it could mean mega. What does it mean, M? Right? What does God mean? What does humanity mean?
Multi.
What is every word, right? What is everything? What's a Democrat? What's a Republican? Because the Democrats are thinking that the far righters are evil. Those extreme Republicans are evil, and the Republicans are thinking that the far lefters, those extreme Democrats, are evil.
Well,
But they're being
one
pulled
of
by the same forces.
one of the old psychological warfare tactics throughout history is to tell your constituents that the enemy are cannibals. Yeah, and
Well,
so
guess who the real enemies are that are
so
cannibals?
basically, so
The
now that I'm
reptilians,
sure
the draconians, and fallen angelic races are these Anunnaki beings that are non-humans that are in the planet, on the planet, off the planet, everywhere.
you can bet your ass that the North Koreans think that we're cannibals.
Yeah, well, because there is cannibals, there's satanic pedivores,
Yeah. Well, there's
but
Lady
nobody
Gaga.
wants to talk
There's
about
Lady
that.
Gaga.
It sounds
There's Lady
crazy.
Gaga swinging her meat, going to her little meat parties, wearing her meat dress.
They're
With
putting
her
it right in
eyes,
front of our faces, desensitizing people to it, and making a
with her
joke, I
eyes.
think, too, at the same time.
She's rubbing it in their faces, wearing the eyes painted black like a panda bear.
Yeah, because they fuck little kids until their eyes turn black and die, or they die or something.
Yeah.
I hate to, sorry for the explicit language here, but
Oh,
to really tell you people, you worried about your taxes, you worried about health care, you're worried about all this bullshit. You want to vote, you want to send a letter to Congress, your Senate. It's time to stop being naive and wake up. You need a real president, you need a real leader to say, or you need everyone at the same time. And if not for one person to remind everyone, to tell everyone at the same time to, wake up, get real. The same fuckers that are doing it to you are not going to be the ones that, they're going to respond to your emails and your letters and say, oh, here you go. We're going to admit to it now. And we're just going to, we're going to stop all the forces of evil all by ourselves without you. They need you. You're the heroes. So you can be the non-playable characters, the NPCs, or you could be main characters right now in this real life movie or this, TV show, this Truman show that you're in, this Matrix. And you have the power. We got everything right here. We got the super leaks that'll lead you to everything you need to help to literally and properly inform, train, brief yourself and other people, unify, empower, liberate, and save people or help to right now. You literally have all that.
and the other thing that we need to do is, I mean, as vice president, I'm not actually going to go to work or anything, but I want to make Guantanamo Bay bigger. We need to turn it into more of a resort. We can put up some tennis courts, and things like that on
I think we
Guantanamo.
should take all the elitists and make it into a reality show.
Yeah, we could do that.
Make them spill
Yeah,
the beans on each other to get out.
yeah.
Make them duke it out like Fight Club.
And they spill the beans on each other to get out. Dun, dun,
Like,
dun,
what do you
dun.
know? What do you know about the children? Where are the kids being taken underground right now? Where are they underground?
And we'll
Where
get
are they?
Judge Judy. We'll get Judge Judy to be the one on the bench,
Yeah. Sure, no, she'd probably be in there with them.
No, exactly. No, but
Crazy, man. Crazy. Half these celebrities probably sold out to the devil and all that stuff. So,
no, I
that's
would
why I wouldn't hold. That's one of the reasons I wouldn't hold office, and that's one reason it took me so long. It took me over a decade to even go forward with this Cashew Neck. I mean, I've been working on it the whole time too, but I've been scared to come forward. One, because JFK got assassinated for trying to get rid of the CIA and the Federal Reserve. Lincoln tried to come out with the greenbacks back in the day. He got picked off, right? They took him out. So, people have been assassinated for, probably thousands less
like we're about to
than
be.
thousands
Yeah.
of what we both done probably, or I'm not gonna put you in that. Let's say me. Uh,
No, no, I'm
you
already there anyways.
know,
It's like
yeah.
I don't need your help. It's like there are
Hey,
plenty.
I got a free one for you guys too. You should try this. That's an idea I came up with a brand name for a beer. Nuff beer. You haven't
No,
had enough till you've had enough.
okay, but dude, what we can do with that, and this is an idea that I had when I was in the Navy, 30 years ago or whatever. I want to make the world's first health beer because back then they started coming out with drinks that were like full of beta carotene, and essential amino acids. And so you can literally drink your way to a slimmer, healthier you while you sleep, passed out. You
That's
know,
genius, bro. That's genius because if it's a health beer, you just took that to the next levels, bro. Because the health beer, it says enough beer in the name, like enough beer, and at the
right?
same time, it is beer, but it's a healthy beer and it's enough to your body, the nutrients and all that stuff.
Yeah,
There you go, bro. You should do it. Make it enough beer, bro. You haven't had enough until you've had enough. Enough
and we'll
beer.
put we'll put a super ripped tranny on the bottle, and it should be like just buff with this big Johnson.
And then you make that beer's flavor so addicted and so good that you go on and carry it on to enough soda. And then you make other flavors of soda, and you make it healthy soda, sugar free, gluten. Oh, I don't think there's gluten in soda, anyways.
Yeah.
Whatever, all that stuff free, fluoride free.
But no, we'll have different flavors. We'll have the rigmarole. We'll have the bugaboo. Um,
I think
maybe
we gotta have candy flavored soda, like Skittles flavored or
Well, they
Capri
will be
Sun,
candy flavored. They'll be candy flavored, but it'll be the rigmarole,
ice
and
cream,
we could have because they could have a little political message on the back,
sherbet flavored soda. Somebody's got to do that. Some
sherbet.
Italian ice soda. Oh man, Italian ice soda would be banging.
Yeah, well, they already make one kind of. It's called lemon Fanta.
I gotta try that.
If you've ever had lemon Fanta, it's really good. It's like I found it overseas when I was in Italy because they never sold it here.
I wanna just add some ideas I just thought of in my head while we're
Okay.
making this life-changing video already, because we're only an hour in. Blankets for the homeless. All right, so this goes on top of the homeless challenge. If you've never made yourself homeless or put yourself on the streets before and seen what it was like, experienced what it's like being homeless before, I encourage you for at least a day, preferably a week or more, to go on the streets and see what it's like for people that are homeless. Try your hardest to go up from having nothing, or just take a certain amount of money, take $100 even. The real challenge is to have little to no money at all, and just go out with a backpack and whatever you can fit in that backpack. That's it. All right, but beyond that, we have a challenge for everyone worldwide, especially those that can afford this kind of thing. For those nonprofit organizations out there, for everyone out there that wants to help the homeless, especially in cold areas like Alaska or in the wintertime,
Well, wait a minute.
everywhere.
So
Blankets
let's
for the homeless, ladies and gentlemen.
let's take the challenge to another level. Okay. So I suggested when you were uh, about to be homeless, to go sleep in an airport. So maybe that could be part of the challenge is to see if people can actually just go sleep in an airport for a night or find some other comfortable place. It doesn't have to be on the streets, but find anywhere you can other than your house. And find a nice, comfortable place to sleep. And you're not going to find it very easily. Go to the lobby of the local hotel. Of the La Quinta Inn, or the Ramada, or the Holiday Inn, or one of those
Well,
places
we
that
don't
want
want
to get
them to get the
away.
cops called on them, but at the same time, what I think it would actually do is help the homeless people because, you know, right now they get the cops called on them everywhere they go. You can't even take a nap on a bench, guys. Try taking a nap
Right.
on a bench when you're homeless. They'll call the cops on you. They'll bother you. People will bother you in a public area usually, because they think you're on drugs or something. But what this could do, if the police know about and if it goes viral, becomes a sensation, this challenge, they won't know the difference between real homeless people and people taking the challenge.
That's true.
So they'll be nicer to homeless people because they won't know who they're messing with. They might feel comfortable messing with a homeless person, but you could be rich. You could have
Oh, they are.
a
They are. Yeah.
you know.
People are totally comfortable messing with people that they think are homeless, and
Yeah.
that's why they smash my marbles. They come up and attack me and smash my marbles because they thought it was funny.
Yeah,
They're
that's
just
just freaking assholes, some people.
give,
I wanted to finish off what I was saying about the blanket challenge or the
okay.
blankets for homeless. This could be a nonprofit organization, or I'd suggest that everyone possible that's interested in this idea go out and do it because we're not doing it, and we'd like to do it. We don't have the funding, so there's plenty of other things going on too. But in cold areas, what you can do is you can recycle wool blankets, you can recycle other blankets, or find some company that recycles blankets or that creates blankets, and work something out with them so that way they get free advertisement through your organization, be in partnership. They're sponsoring you, or they're creating the blankets or recycling them for the homeless people. So with that being said, you have a way for them to make money off of it because they're getting business, bringing in customers, bringing in clients because they're getting that advertisement out of creating these blankets. And now what you could be doing as well is finding people to recycle blankets, have them donate any kinds of blankets, wool, whatever you can recycle, and get these blankets out. We need them just thick enough and just big enough where they're not too small. We want like a queen size blanket or enough where they can go completely under it. Preferably with multiple people because there are couples that are homeless together and they like to be under there. But this can save a life. A blanket, you'd never believe how much a blanket could matter. It could literally save a life. It saved my life. And that's what gave me this idea. Right? So I was freezing to death pretty much. And a blanket, even a trash bag, a black trash bag saved my life one time. So, when you're really that cold, you don't care. You want to live. So you'll jump into a big black trash bag, but the problem with the trash bag is it, condensates and you get cold again because you get wet in there. And, a blanket could really save a person's life and it will help to save a person's life, even if they're in Alaska, maybe. So even if they have to go on the ground and go under the blanket, in the street, on a sidewalk, they won't die, probably. So please,
What was
people,
that
get
scene?
this
That
idea.
scene in Star Wars where Luke Skywalker cuts open that giant beast and he crawls inside.
Oh, that's cool. I don't remember that part.
You know, when it's like it was going to be cold and it was like getting to be night, and he sliced open that thing, after they killed it, and then he crawled
That's
inside
funny.
into the guts.
Yeah.
But
So what do we have here so far? Let's summarize it. We got a backup economy. We got Atlantean marbles. We got other things that you can turn into cash. You have the ability to increase the value of anything and even money that you create yourself. You have the ability to profit off of this money. You could sell your time. You could sell your cash. You could sell your own money. You could sell your change the world challenge money. And then, you could even keep doing it over and over again. So people that have cash that want your money, after you sell your money, you can then sell that cash with a K again to make more money and just keep going and going and going, increasing your profits. So you can't even possibly do this with regular money. So beyond that, we have the super leaks, we got the truth revealed, and I want to let you guys know we're working on a social network right now. It's almost completely finished, but we need funding. So it may never be fully hosted. The funding is for the hosting of it only. So it's not for any of the work that was done. It's only to get it on the internet and keep it there so that millions of people can use it because it's not, really cheap. Right now, I think the cheapest is $50 a month, but it's called Truthverse, and Truthverse pays you for liking and disliking. It counts dislikes. It allows you to go 10 levels deep into commenting. What Facebook and other platforms don't allow you to do, so you don't get lost in the conversation. It pays you time for going live, and then you could trade the time in the marketplace, much like Cash Connect built within it. Pays you truth coins. You can tip each other truth coins for posts. You get paid for posting, get paid for commenting, like I said, and for sharing. And there's many more features as well. But beyond that, what we have available already, because that's not right now available, is something called Truth Talks Forum. Now, the Truth Talks forum is here for everybody. This is the Save the World document that I wanted to show you that. The Truth Talks forum is for everyone to work together to, on this new social network, discuss what is true and untrue and go beyond debates and theories and prove and disprove it. Finally, for once in a lifetime, which we have not done yet. Now that we have the internet, which previous generations did not have before us, we can now do what they could not do possibly. Before, you would need imagine the amount of books that you would need to have the information that you have right now. Amount of the books. It would have taken you lifetimes to get what we know right now potentially. Right? Amount of reading that you would have had to done or the amount of learning that you would have to done from someone else that knew this information. We have so far evolved our consciousness or advanced in our intelligence over the years, but at the same time, it seems many people have chose the path of ignorance and naivety and chose to basically reduce their intelligence, their consciousness. So, that's about, what we're dealing with right now, guys. We don't want to be taken over by technology. We don't want to merge with technology. These are Luciferian satanic deceptions. But what we do want to do is increase our intelligence spiritually, evolve and mentally evolve, right? Not technologically and digitally. But what we're able to do is use technology and, get all this stuff done. So we have a social network that's freely available. You don't even need an account to use it. And it goes based off of topics. And there is a bunch of chat rooms. So that's truthtalksforum.com. And we have truthtalkschats.com now that anyone can go to and chat worldwide with anyone with up to 75 people in each chat room. You can share your screen, you can share videos, you can stream your chat straight to YouTube, and you can record these Truth Talks chats for the Truth Talks forum, share the chats in the forum, share it all over on other social networks. And built into the Truth Talks forum is something called Operation Guaranteed, which is another forum. Right in the menu, you'll find it. Or you can go directly there at operationguaranteed.com. You can learn more at facebook.com/operationguaranteed as well. We have a page for it. And this is an operation for the people, by the people, of the people, worldwide, to work together to help to properly inform, train, brief, empower, unify, liberate, and save us all more and more every day. So we work together to go beyond debates, go beyond theories, go beyond controlled sides, controlled opposition, go beyond flat and round, go beyond this and that, left and right, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, this ist and that ism. It's time to move beyond it because it's a waste of our time. This is like a real life movie, and they're the real life evil villains, and they will real life kill us and take our freaking souls if they can. So it's not to sound crazy, but that's really what's going on. Anyone that's a scared little pussy will probably laugh at it or, scoff it off or attack me like I'm the villain. But, you're working for him, aren't you then? You chose the path of ignorance. We're setting you up right here, right now. You're going to choose the path of truth or you're going to choose the path of treason against us all and God. Good, Patrick.
Yeah, well, I feel like saying amen, brother, but I'm not of that way. Yeah, in a way, yeah, amen. So because it's brilliant. What you've done, what you've designed, the vision for the future is
We couldn't have done it without working together and
but
all the people that
it's
helped us.
I mean, but what you need to do is people need to actually weigh what we're faced with. Okay, we have somebody who they are pretending to do something and they're doing nothing. They have actual no vision for the future other than to follow the scripted plan of the perpetrators themselves. Is what they're in bed with. And so when you get somebody like Devin that comes along with actual uh, uh, spirit, of the true, what is supposedly the American nature of freedom and liberty and all this stuff, and
Thank
people
you,
being
man.
independent and having sovereignty,
Me
you know,
too, bro.
something that they're getting rid of. They're abolishing sovereignty. They're abolishing freedom. They're abolishing liberty, and everybody's sucking it up like it's a bit with candy.
They're using all these words on them. They're using this programming, and they're shrinking
And
it
program
down
over
to
and
what
over
it
again.
isn't.
So because even one of those scumbags said recently, "You'll get nothing and like it," and so that's what they're programming us to like. And so in my new album, there's one of the tracks is going to be called "Bugs for Breakfast," and so that's one of the new title tracks of my new album that I'm coming out with.
And people don't know what to do, so they do what they're told to
They
do
don't know.
instead.
You get this
Yeah.
old. One of the other tracks is going to be called the FEMA Camp Blues. Yeah, I got them old FEMA Camp Blues. It'll be an old blues song, like sung back on the plantation. Because people are going to start to realize. But you're talking about the challenge. I think increasingly people are going to find themselves in the challenge whether they like it or not. They're just going to be there. It's
Well,
like
people are going to be like, it's going to be like when Bitcoin came out, and people are going to later realize, I should have got some. I should have did it. Look at these people around me. They're all happy. They're all freaking rich. They're all, look at them. They're all smiling, cheery, and I'm over here miserable because I didn't get any cash with a K. Because I didn't join Cash Connect. I didn't get the $300 when it was available. I
I'm
didn't go
talking
over to
about.
Coin and get $20 each person. I didn't go on cashmaps.com and get all the cash I could get right now while it's there. It's the lottery, people. You just won the lottery. It was
I'm
sitting
talking about the blanket challenge. The
here.
blanket challenge.
Yeah, oh, the blanket challenge, that challenge too, because, you know,
People are going to find themselves doing the blanket challenge whether they want to or
oh, that's
not.
right, yeah, they're gonna be on the street. if they don't do something
right? Because
about
they're
this
going to be.
financial situation that we're in.
It's
They're
like we're
crashing
telling them,
the economy, guys. They're crashing it to make you totally enslaved. They're not the solution. They're just pretending to be the solution. So you blindly, subserviently go along with it. You
oh,
need,
it's the
you
Hegelian
need
dialectic.
Cash Connect. You need something. You make your own system. If you don't like Cash Connect, go to Cyclos and make your own. All right? But, don't copy Cash Connect. Copyright it. It's an original idea. You could pay me $500 to $1,000, depending on how much work I got to do, to create you your own version of Cash Connect. You
But
contact me anytime, thecashconnect@gmail.com or 860-731-8681. I accept Cash App and I accept cryptocurrencies. I can have it done for you in less than a week.
right, so I was thinking about you the same way I think about my Atlantean marbles. Like, say if somebody tried to steal my idea, they would still have no idea what it is. They would never get the full potential of it. So if somebody stole your idea, um, it would still have a beneficial effect on the people around them, because it would still utilize the same stuff. And the same way as if somebody stole my idea, then it would still spread joy, and there would still be.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. Like, if it's an entire system that's going to help to change the world or save people's lives or change their lives or whatever,
Right.
you might as well get it out there. Especially, let me warn you, guys want your own system, you got to take the risk of getting assassinated, getting killed, getting kidnapped.
No,
It's like you won the lottery. It's more than if you won the lottery.
no,
You have
because
the power to create money. You have more power than the government. You know.
right, well,
So who's your friend? Who's your family? Who you trust now? So
that's
what's
like
your
one of
gift
the
is
only
yours.
powers the government has is just to print money, which is basically just to print money out of thin air, and to give it value that it never had to begin with.
Yep.
But this money actually has value because it's backed with real labor and real currency and real blood, sweat, and tears. You
Yep.
know,
We
where
could be the owners of the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Mint right now. We could own them both and have
yeah,
every U.S. dollar in there, and we
and
still
that
wouldn't
would
have enough. So we wouldn't have as much as Cash Connect is worth already
and,
right
and,
now.
and that will put us both in the grave. But that would be better to have on my tombstone than bitten by while feeding the bear or something like that.
The way I see it is they're trying to kill us off anyway. We got Agenda 2030 there, Agenda 2025. We got, these two agendas. They're trying to kill us anyway. And the more of a spectacle we make, the less likely we'll get killed because, everyone's going to hear about they're going to get the Trojan horse, the Jack in the Box of all the reality exposed, baby. The whole thing. The whole thing, every fake god, Lucifer himself, Satan, the identity of the Anunnaki beings that are the gods of the Bible and other religions, and everything exposed and proven as facts backed up right there. If they touch me or you or anyone connected with us.
Well, whichever one of us goes first, okay? Because they're going to get us both, all right? But whichever one goes first, the other one avenge the other one.
All right, cool. You got
Okay,
it.
so if you
I
go,
think
I'll
that's
avenge you.
very good.
If I die, you avenge me.
Facebook.com/reality revealed is my Facebook. Reality is revealed there in a whole new way. It's an investigation operation. Patrick has taken part in it as well. Thousands of people have taken part in it. It's been going on for several years. The first one got shut down by Facebook. They banned me permanently, and I couldn't even get the stuff. But we recreated it better. And Patrick, what's your profile? Or you got any information you want to tell people, just so that way you're less likely to
Basically,
kill
I mean,
me.
I have a few sites on Facebook. I've got uh, my Patrick White, Captain White, and then I have the Church of Atlantean Science, which is kind of a new one. I have the Targeted Individual Shield Initiative, which is new, and it was one of those pages that I made, and I just left it alone. I never did anything, but people keep joining. I had 2 people join today on the Targeted Individual
It
Shield
seems like
Initiative.
there's more and more targeted individuals all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, the targeted
Probably
individual.
Christian targeted individuals.
And I let them post their stuff. Because I find out when it comes to Facebook, if I try to manipulate the situation and to try to be integral, then they ban me. But if I just leave it alone, then they'll let it just fly. They'll let all kinds of people join. So I don't do any. I'm not interactive with Targeted Individual Shield Initiative, but that could change at any time. My other one, which is called Sacred Geometry, which is actually I changed the name to Atlantean Sacred Geometry because there's already a Sacred Geometry, and I wanted to be different. So I'm Atlantean Sacred Geometry. I think I've got over 5,000 members or something, or at least over two. I've got several thousand members of on that. It's my most popular one. I have the Vulcan Treasure Society, which is where I was encouraging people to bury things with metal detectors instead of going out with a metal detector to find stuff. Go out there to bury stuff for somebody else to find, and that way you can get, because when people, like, say, if I was to walk up to you, Devin, and say, look, this is the most important thing in your whole life, man. Quick, take it and run for your life. You would go, ah, and you would throw it away. And, ah.
I would take it. I would
No,
take it.
no,
Most,
you would.
I don't
You would.
understand why people wouldn't though. Why
No,
would
because
people
they
not
won't.
want
They
that?
won't. They won't. But what you do, you take the same thing and you're like, and you hide it and you bury it. And you make sure that they see when it, and then that way when they come by, or when they find it later, and they think that Jesus made them find it or anything like that. You can put it something, but then they find it, and they think it's special because they found it.
That's
Okay,
why I was saying we could go in the sand on the beaches
yeah,
possibly and bury some of
exactly.
those cash vouchers so they find it in the mail
Well,
with
see, but the problem is, it's like I said, is that burying things comes with their moisture, especially. It has to be a super good container. Um, but yeah, the way that you present the item is you let the person think that it's their discovery, and that way it's more special, and they'll finally read it. Whereas they won't. If you hand it to them, they'll go, ah, it came from that idiot. He's an idiot. Look
I've
at
been
him with his
sticking
black shirt, and
I've been sticking cash
he's got
vouchers on the
and
walls
he has
for
he's got
people.
I used to put my stuff everywhere. That's why you're talking about the foreign coins. I used to bury the foreign coins. They're worthless, right? These coins from Zimbabwe and other countries are absolutely worthless. But you bury them in the ground, and somebody finds them with a metal detector, and it's way better than finding a quarter, which is usually the best thing that you're going to find.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's true.
so it's like now it's more valuable. Now it actually is. It's more valuable. So that's the way. It's the way that you present things. It's the way that you sell things. I could take this marble, right, or whatever. What am I? This thing, or this little marble, and say, you know what? I I I, I was at a bus stop last week, and this wizard gave this marble to me, and 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 he said it was magic. He said that there's aliens in there and it's magic, and 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 I can teleport to anywhere that I want to go just by looking inside. And so then now it's like, hey, how much do you want for that? Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to sell this thing for nothing, man. You got the wrong guy, Jack. I don't know, maybe $10. And sling, and then another one down the hatch. You understand where I'm coming from? It's all in the marketing, It's all in the way that you market this little thing right here.
Yeah, because I agree with you on that because I've been trying to push the basically reality exposed, the meanings of life, all the crimes and everything that matters, even that you could sue right now. We could have a ton of class action lawsuits with multivalent intelligence. See facebook.com/multivalent intelligence, by the way, guys. Write that down real quick. It helps to break free your mind and help you see that all this stuff is actually the opposite too. Like what they flipped around was the opposite. So what they did that was criminal, that they said was the law or legal or lawful or whatever, it wasn't. So now that we know that and we can prove that, we can have lawsuits. But beyond lawsuits, I forgot what I was getting at.
What we need to sue them for is the fact that they have done exactly what I described doing at the marble, because they've taken a dollar bill and they're saying that it's worth any kind of money at all. And well, this actually has value because it has glass, but the dollar bill, you can't really use it for anything. A dollar bill is really just black magic because there's nothing that actually backs it up. But yet you're going to put your faith in it, and you're going to actually black magic somebody else into trading you something of value for it, which has no value.
Well, even the dollar bill is better than what they're doing now at this reset because now they're backing it by gold and silver again, but they're doing it digitally. And they're the ones with the gold and silver. They own it all. So
No,
nobody
no, but there is
physically
no
has
more.
gold
There
and
is no
silver.
more gold and silver. The gold in Fort Knox is gone.
Where did it
There's
go?
no, huh?
They probably used it to make frickin'
No,
technologies.
get this, Devin. They took the gold. It was either Bush or
They
Clinton or one of
needed
the
it
other.
because they say it's an immortality drug or whatever, too.
No, they took the gold and they replaced it with tungsten. And now Fort Knox is full of tungsten bars that are electroplated with gold because you cannot tell the weight difference because atomically, the atomic weight of gold and tungsten are so close together that you can put a brick and you can't tell the difference.
How do they not
So
know who pulled that one off?
nobody knows, but it's been done. That was probably at least 20 years ago that
Wow.
I heard about that. That it's been a done deal. So there's no gold in Fort Knox. It's just these candied up bars
So
that
it's
look like.
tungsten. They're not backing anything up by anything then. It's
No, they're
tungsten.
not. It's all black magic. It's all deception. Every bit of the money thing. It always has been. That's why the eyeball is on the dollar. Is because it's black magic.
And then meanwhile, they'll point at us or try to and say, oh, well, your money doesn't have real value. Ours is backed by gold. You know, it ain't. And ours is increasing in value.
No,
We
no.
actually get to
Listen.
use our money and make it ourselves.
See, part of the beef with my life is the fact that I'm a veteran of foreign war. Okay, I'm a decorated soldier. All right, you know why I'm a veteran and have that medal on is because it's called the Expeditionary Medal, and we got it when we crossed the line of death in order to go harass and to kill Muammar Gaddafi. Which we didn't kill him that time, but at least we killed one of his sons and we blew up all of his stuff. But the reason that we did that was not the reason that they told us. The reason that we really did it is because he had planned to back his own country's currency with gold,
Oh.
and we couldn't have that
So
because
it's
Bush.
not about the gold, it's about the control of the people and the wealth.
Yeah, it's all about we can't have Muammar Gaddafi backing his country with gold and giving his constituents free health care and like if they got married they got a bonus, if they got this they got a free car, they got all this stuff just
Yeah.
for
At that point, the U.S. was evil to them too. It's messed up. It's not our fault though, but our people like that did that stuff. But not
oh
you,
no.
obviously.
So
Not
I
you, but
in
you.
my opinion, I committed a war crime, because there was no reason that we should have been there. We were there under false pretenses. We baited them into situations. We controlled the situation to make them look like the bad guy, and he really wasn't the bad guy. Even though he was a bad guy, Muammar was a scumbag. I'm sure by every definition, that he was just another dictator. But at least he was attempting to do something that the United Nations did not like. It was the United Nations that ordered our Navy and our military to attack Muammar. It was not a United States unilateral decision.
We
There
got to
have
get
been
rid of the UN too at the same time because the United Nations is clearly corrupt, and we know they have the Lucifer Trust before the Lucius Trust, and that they're
yeah.
satanically, connected, Luciferian connected, and that they're controlled by,
I,
conglomerates that are undermining and overthrowing our sovereignty, and they are threats to national and international security.
well, I don't know if I talked to you about this before, but the connection with the Black Sun. Did I mention that before?
Which one's the Black Sun?
The Black Sun is if you look under the Third Reich, under the occult of Adolf Hitler's Third Reich, is that's what they were claiming that they had possession of or that they were in search of. Okay, it was kind of like the Holy Grail, but it's the black sun. And so the symbology of the Nazi symbol and everything like that, you will see the black sun. There's always a black sun symbol with these little lightning or bolts that kind of come off of it. It's a very well known symbol. You'll recognize it when you see it, but it's the black sun. But this black sun is not really black like you would think. It's black like a black light. Okay. It's black, it's purple. Okay. And it's just out of the frequency of where we can see, but it's there somewhere because I saw the fire from the sun one time, from this sun. Is it,
Yeah, I know
it goes,
about the Great Central Sun.
well, there's the great central sun, but this is the black sun, and it might not be a good sun. I don't know.
They
Maybe
said
it's,
that people here, their Satanists or Luciferians, worship the sun, the regular sun here, but
yes.
the real sun or the Great Central Sun is there. They claim is the abode, the heaven, the
Well,
God
there's the great
or
central sun, which all the other suns are
Christ.
feeding off of. All the other suns feed off of the great central sun.
Yeah, they claim that the Holy Spirit and Christ and God come from the Great Central Sun or are them.
Right. Okay. Well, so
But I don't know because there might even be a greater central sun, you know. But that would
well,
certainly prove that whoever worships the sun here, they're being deceived and to worship in a lesser being than, you know.
that goes back to the old word game of where, well, mine's bigger, and no, mine's the biggest. No, but mine's bigger. No, mine's the biggest. Mine's
Yeah,
bigger. And so it did. So the great
exactly.
central sun, the bigger sun,
Yeah.
the whatever. So, um, but yeah, but the black sun is a secret sun. It has to be, and because they were, for all I know, they might have actually got their hands on it and have the technology. It might not be an actual sun out there. It could actually be something that's more akin to the CERN laboratory.
I was
Where
just
they
thinking of CERN before you said it. The
right.
Large Hadron Collider thing.
Right. It could be something more akin to that, which they've already had control of for decades. Because in on in 1985, on October 31st, Halloween night, 1985, I saw that fire, and there's nothing that anybody can do to take that memory away from me. Is being on fire for several hours, if not days, with this purple fire that was squirting and oozing out of my skin and everything around me and all the mountains and all the rocks and all the bushes and my bird and everything in my car and everything. It was all around me, this purple fire. It wouldn't go, but it also, not only did I see it, but it made me feel lighter, like it was burning me away, and so it come to find out years later that it was the violet consuming flame. So the violet consuming flame is part of this occult, or this cult that I'm in, called the Saint Germain Foundation. Germain, German, Saint Germain, German saint, that makes a connection. So I'm making a Nazi connection with the actual cult that I've invested part of my belief system into, or actually a big part of my belief system into, because the books are so spot on dynamic. It's um, programming at a whole nother level. These books, and once you've been programmed, and if you were to,
And once you know that they're programming and brainwashing you, now you can see all the truth embedded in their lies, and now you can
right,
still get the information.
but the lies are so hard to find. But where I've found the lies so far is that they are still um, are into the ascended masters. There's ascended masters, and Jesus is still one of them. Jesus and his
You know
ascended
what I
masters.
heard? I heard that, because the Bible says that they come as beings of light and all that, that the shadow government or whatever, they've been working with the Galactic Federation of Light, and that Sanat Kamara is Satan Kamara, and they worship him as Satan, and he's connected with Enki of the Anunnaki, and his
He's
son
also
may
an
be
ascended master.
Sananda, who may be Horus, who may be Tammuz, Nimrod, or the Antichrist.
Sananda.
Yeah, so they're saying that he's Christ, but he's the Antichrist at the same time. So the whole world's debating right now, is Sananda Kamara Christ or is he Antichrist?
No, I mean, I could probably rattle off
Because
the
he
name of
claims
a
to be
hundred.
Jesus and God, telling everyone else they're God too and all this. They're Christ and all this stuff.
is like mighty Arcturus, Hercules, Serapis Bey, God Cthulhu, the angel David from the Jade Temple, the blessed cherubim of the Golden Heart, mighty Lanto, Leto, Chananda, Chahara, the mighty legions of light, all who govern this system of worlds. And then there's the blessed cherubim of the Golden Heart, the brothers of the Golden Robe, the brothers of the Indigo Cape, all from the secret love star. There's all these other, and they're all it's Luciferian. It has to be.
I
The
think so too,
yeah,
because they got this the Brotherhood of the Snake is what they call it, and that was the first secret society apparently before the Illuminati was even developed and all these other societies. And guess who created that? Enki of the Anunnaki. Again, we see Enki everywhere, and apparently Enki is Ptah, Osiris, and the son of Enki is Marduk, aka Nimrod, aka Mars, aka that M that I was telling you about. M everywhere. It could even be MTV multivalently, meaning not just music, but, Marduk television. Because he's
I mean,
apparently the lord of the earth that, he took over after Enki. He's who they call Lucifer, Satan, and Ra. He's Ra. He's Horus Ra. He's the Eye of Horus and all that. And he's the
we have
son of.
we have Sunday, we have Sunday, we have Moon Day, we have Saturn Day. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, we got the moon. It says in the Bible that the sun will be ashamed and the moon will be dismayed. And I was wondering what does that mean? And I looked up who's the sun god. It's Nimrod. It's Marduk. It's Satan. And that's who they worship, the sun, right? And then who's the son of the sun? The Antichrist who claims to be Jesus Christ, right? So I'm looking like, wow, this is a Luciferian deception. They're deceiving all the Catholics with the Vatican with this image of Jesus Christ, who's actually Horus, Tammuz, or Sananda, or whatever, the whole time.
you
They're
know
giving us this
what
white
the sun
Jesus.
is? You know what this sun is? The sun that we see was put there to blind us.
Yeah, it says that it's the false light, the God of this world that blinds the people of God. It's blinding us literally because let me tell you too, it says in the Bible that when the eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light, right? Your brain produces melatonin in your pineal gland. That's the thing you're fluoridating. Fluoride, chlorine, and sugar calcify your pineal gland, slowly turning it into a cyst that they later remove, right? And this is apparently the out. This is the out of your body, the exit point where you can leave your body to the heavenly spiritual realms, right? And apparently you can go in your heart too. There's a portal in your heart as well, or they're called stargates within the body. So when you go into complete darkness, when the eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. You're not using your other eyes. Those that sat in darkness saw great light, right? You can transfigure your body into light or whatever, apparently, in the darkness. Now, DMT, dimethyltryptamine, and before that, 5-MeO-DMT are released in the pineal gland from this darkness. So in the light, in the sunlight, your melatonin is converted by the pineal gland into serotonin. But when you're in darkness, instead of it turning into serotonin, what it really does is it turns into a superconductor they call pinoline. And then this causes the release or the synthesis and the release of 5-MeO-DMT to trip you out, to make you leave your body and experience higher dimensions, and DMT to do that as well. So that's the God molecule, they call it, and the spirit molecule. On top of that, this process activates all the strands of your DNA. It moves your chakras. I don't know what to say. It makes your chakras go. It makes your central nervous system become aware of itself. It activates other aspects of your brain and your mind, your body, and it forces you out of your body into what's called hyperspace. And if you look up the definition of hyperspace, it's not your tripping. It's not a hallucination. It's beyond 3D.
So that was a pretty incredible description, Devin. Um,
Apparently, that's the way out of the Matrix. I don't know, but there's also something called rainbow body too. If you look that up, and the
well,
Merkaba. You know about the Merkaba, right?
no, so okay, so here's the deal: is that I have come up with this idea. Um, of taking my crystal balls, you know, whatever, you know, different sizes, whatever, you know, big ones, little ones, and when you hit it with a laser beam of a certain frequency, because you got different frequencies of lasers, you got 400 nanometers, 500 nanometers, you know, whatever. But if you hit it with the laser, you know, it lights up, and so it's vibrating at that frequency, and however the marble is cracked might provide a very unique frequency. Okay, and so setting these around in like the Merkaba circle or whatever, you put it on the ground because there was a guy he was showing out. He had these different things on the ground, and he would sit in the middle, and it would be like some kind of a magical experience. Okay, so do the same thing with my marbles. Okay, and arrange them like a radio. Like say if you were going to design a circuit for a trans-dimensional radio, it's not really a radio to talk with, but will allow you to teleport, you know, or to see like so you arrange these in a certain, you hit them with different frequencies in order to create a harmony, a harmonic effect where two notes can combine to make another note, you know, just like combining two different frequencies to make a different note. And then so
You can do that with isochronic tones too. You know how that works, where you take you cause a you don't need the headphones for the binaural beats. You can do isochronic, and it
well,
actually goes
I've
without.
had the bone conductive microphone or
Oh, those
the
are
bone.
awesome. I need to get a pair
I've
of
had
them.
those are
It
okay.
frames
But
your brain
anyways,
though. You know
but
about
so
sync? Apparently,
huh?
I watched this video before I forget. I want to say this to the people out here too. Uh, Hemisync. Apparently, the CIA did massive amounts of experiments on this. Right? They have this place called the Monroe Institute, and they have something called the Gateway Process. And on a gateway process where they hemi-sync part of it, they hemi-sync your brain. And what that is it's making the frequencies of the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere work together in unison and sync with one another. And what this does is it creates a pathway, opens the pathway between your conscious and the collective subconscious of life, and causes, what they're doing is they're using it for the law of attraction to actually cause things to happen to, co-create reality. And what I was saying before about the process of what they call the dark room retreat, which is, going to darkness, that's what I read online. I can't guarantee those results for you. I can't guarantee that that's all real and stuff. And also, we might have been created by, beings that weren't the Most High God. And, that process that is built inside our bodies may not be a divine process.
Well, okay,
I
so
don't know.
what you just said right there is kind of similar to the neurolinguistics programming that I designed, you know, and or at least I might not be the original designer, but I'm the one that's exploited the technology to a point it's for its greatest effect. Okay, and that's with the marbles in the videos where they clash together. Okay, you've got the left hemisphere with this eye and the right hemisphere with that eye, and then you're taking the left and the right and you're blending them, you're flipping them over, or making them the same, and so now your brain is opening up a neural pathway because it's crossing. It doesn't make sense, but it's making, and so that's why it sees the faces. That's why it's making this connection with all these eyeballs and all these psychedelic images, you know, that come pouring out of each Atlantean marble. It's because each one is neurolinguistics inside of it, you know, because it can literally take. It's kind of like reading a book. I can say I told when I was at the air show the other day and I had my marbles and these undercover cops came over to see what I was doing and they were just like, "Oh, so what's going on?" I said, "Well, I don't know. My marbles are trans-dimensional." And it's like, and oh, that's just what I want to do. I want to go through a wormhole. And I'm like, you go through a wormhole every time you read a book because here you are sitting in your chair and you're reading, you know, a book about, you know, the Lord of the Rings or whatever, you know, and you find yourself somewhere else in your head. You were in another dimension at that place. You're in another
I
environment.
think you're using that pineal gland. I'm not sure, but I think the pineal gland is the mind's or the brain's internal eye or vision, and I think that's what you use when you dream as well. I'm not sure though. And if it is that, then they're shutting that off on us. They're making it
They
so
are.
we can't do that. We can't imagine things. We're just like little robots. It's all about the senses, no
But
imagination, all brain and matter, no mind and immaterial anything. When really everything that's matter. Wasn't the whole time. They lied, or they just
But
called it matter. It was
but
energy.
the pineal gland though is almost like any other muscle in the body. In order to get the most use out of it and to make it as healthy, you have to try to use it. And it's one of those things that might be uncomfortable in the beginning to use because it might even hurt. When you try to activate your pineal gland, but eventually, when you get it seasoned, and if you were to actually lay it at nighttime or when you close your eyes, you still see. And so you want to see from there as much as you can, and to try to draw forth these images, and it will pour forth images if you just in your mind try to connect, like as if there was a little electronic whistling spark, that was going off to the great central sun. You want to try to tell the central sun to open up that portal to make that spark bigger, so there's just like to where it's literally just frying your brain, and filling you full of things that say Nikola Tesla would have seen when he was sleeping,
Yep,
or
yep.
because people come up with these brilliant ideas, and there's always, the little icon. There's always the little picture of the guy with the light bulb over his head. When he's smart or when he's brilliant or when he's bright.
Getting the light from the
That's
light,
the way.
the source,
Because that's the way that it really is. It's
source
because there's
codes. Getting the downloads.
you're getting a download exactly, and so you
That's what
need.
I feel like I got when I got that multivalent intelligence stuff. When I did the DMT, something happened. I was pushing. I was doing something with my pineal gland, and all of a sudden, like, now I don't use crack. I don't use drugs, people. But I had a roommate back in college many years ago. I watched him do some crack, and I listened to it, and I saw it. And sorry about this. Don't do crack. It's not good for you. All right, I've seen how it
No,
destroyed his life. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, the uh, the rocks or the crystals, they made like a crackling sound, and they were like melted. They melted and like disappeared. It was weird. It was like a and it melted, but it felt like that in my brain, like they were like melting, like there's some crystals. And when I did the research, I found that sound that it was making, that crackling sound, and that it's like there are like little crack rocks in your brain. I know people are gonna make fun of this. I know they're gonna make jokes like, "Oh, here we go." That's I on that note, click, But really, you know, there are thousands of bioluminescent, piezoelectric microcrystals or tiny little crystals inside of your pineal gland. Look it up.
Yes.
And just like you'd be the one to know this more than anyone, you're the one that made this analogy. You want to make the crystal radio speech for them? What crystals do
Uh,
on the radio? How the radio is nothing without the crystal and the signal?
basically, it's just that all radios are based. Anything that has any kind of time in it at all is based on um, the quartz crystal. The quartz crystal is the most consistent, in its vibration, and so they basically just stimulate it and get it to vibrate, and so they know how many times a second it vibrates, and so that's what your clocks are all based off of quartz crystal. All communications devices are all based off of quartz crystal because it's all based on numerical value of the vibration of the crystal, which they can divide up into portions to put certain frequencies in. Or
And going beyond that, for all the non-believers and all the people that are very interested in this topic, let's get into how the crystal. Let's say that the crystal, it receives this vibration or whatever, and I'm
hey,
assuming just like a
I got to cut this
triangle.
short because Don is here. I mean, you can
Okay.
go on, but but he's gonna come in. Okay,
All right.
so
But the like a triangle, does a crystal, before I say this, I'm gonna ask you, does a crystal work the same way as a triangle works, where if you ding a triangle next to, will it hear the same vibration if you somehow are able to make the crystal vibrate next to another crystal hanging?
huh? I can't hear you.
Well, either way, what we could do here is recognize that beyond vibration, back in the day, let's say before they knew this, before they knew about crystals and radios and stuff, they might have discovered that, you could transfer, a vibration from one crystal to another, or from one device into a crystal into a
Oh, you
radio.
can. A sympathetic vibration. You can just take a tuning fork and hit it, and it will vibrate the tuning fork over here.
Yep.
If they're the same, it's called sympathetic vibration. You can blow a trumpet in a studio, and it will vibrate the drum head over there, like the snare drum. You'll see the drumstick. If you left it laying on the drum, it'll start to vibrate. But hey, my roommate's here. I got to go get him real quick.
All right. My point was, it seems to be impossible to send sound and music over, airwaves, but a crystal makes it possible. So it may seem like it's impossible for people to be receiving messages or downloads or information beyond their, conscious, capability of receiving or, comprehending what that information is. It may seem like there can't be any higher beings or, higher intelligence being, transmitted into the minds or the brains of the masses of people worldwide. But just as it may seem that's impossible, look at, look at a radio, look at a crystal, look at how it seems impossible to, transmit sound miles away and have it be decoded through speakers and put into your ears crystal clear, right? In high definition sound. How is that possible? How about beyond sound, video, TV, satellite? How's that possible? How's it possible for it to be here in life itself? How's it, there's creation stories. If you go back, there's so many different contradicting creation stories. But there's a creation story or many different ones that say we come from chaos, we come from darkness, we come from nothing. How can that be? If there's fire, if there's light, if there's truth, if there's goodness, if there's divinity, if there's honor, if there's, all this stuff, how can there be just darkness and chaos, at the beginning? How can we come from that, right? And if so, if you believe there's a big bang that caused all this, well, then you should certainly believe things that are less crazy sounding than that, right? So, like God, proof of God is at, TikTok.com/ at reality, at Truth Talks Live, and or just at Truth Talks Live on TikTok. And you'll see there's a video there, Proof of God. I believe tinyurl.com/ proof of God will lead you there as well, or the proof of God. Uh, but yeah, guys, so it's all right there. They say everything's energy, everything's, vibration. You might want to call it the universe, call it the omniverse, call it the multiverse, call it whatever you want. You know, it, and I believe personally is God, but you could
They
believe.
call it the universe.
Yeah.
Uni is in one.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
then there's multiverses, right? And then there's the
right. It's like,
omniverse. They contradict
so
even
that's
their
what
own sciences and their own selves, their own words, They really do. They're
it's amazing. Yeah, they want us to fall for the stupidest stuff,
anything but the real truth.
anything. It doesn't matter because, like, say if you're a sniper, okay, and all you got to do is to hit this little thing that's only about a mile away, you know, and it doesn't take much. All you got to do is to cough in the background or drop something or the dog bark or anything, and you're not going to hit the target. And so that's what they're all doing. Let's say if you're counting numbers and you're like an accountant and you're like 1 + 7 + 9, and then you got like five other people going 42, 9, and then everybody's calling. All they got to do is just distract you just enough to keep you from getting the
Yeah.
exact
Well,
opposite.
once you learn enough information about this life, you realize that, you know, there seems to be more lies than truth. There seems to be more crimes going on that are called legal than what is actually lawful. And, the other way around too, they're saying things are, illegal that are lawful. And, things are flip-flopping and turning around. People are arguing on two different opposing sides, but still opposing the actual truth on both sides. That's how they get you. And what I learned is that their balls are in a vice. Their lives are on the line. All their power, all their control, everything they got is on the line because one truth or one lie exposed, the truth revealed about their lives, or whatever, leads to every other truth and untruth. Because our
Well,
minds, beyond the boxes that they brainwash too many people into, beyond your senses, you can keep following the truth. You can say, all right, so if this is true or untrue, then that must mean. Whoa, every who, what, when, where, why, and how combined antinomously, multivalently, more and more.
Well, before I go, because I'm going to have to go here because he's coming in. He's got his rugby player girlfriend. He's coming in here now. But don't ask yourself what Jesus would do. Ask yourself what the devil would do. And then you'll come up with a much clearer answer as to why and whatever. If you honestly answer that question, if you honestly
Yeah, you gotta
ask
play
yourself,
devil's advocate or whatever.
what would I do? What would I do?
Think
What
like
would if
you're
I was? How would I pull it off if I really was the devil? And you'll find out that he's doing exactly what he's doing now, and everybody is just like, let's get some more of the devil. Let's bring him on out.
what else are you
Come
gonna do?
on, buddy. And
Yeah. What is he
he,
gonna do? What is any evil being gonna do? But what they can do. Yeah.
they bring out Lady Gaga,
We all
man,
have
at the
minds.
halftime Super Bowl show. And everybody goes, woo, yeah. You know, let's have some more ACDC. Let's have some more Boy George. Let's get some more. Let's see if we can find anybody even worse.
Let's get some
Because they
Biden.
need
Let's get
more
some Trump.
because they get a high. They get a
Yeah.
high off of the evil, and they profit off of it because they get plenty of profit.
And they pimp them
But
out
anyway,
too, right
hey,
in front of people. They take. You notice how they take like the most innocent. They'll even take little girls, man, little boys, little girls from Hollywood,
Christina
Disney,
Aguilera.
Nickelodeon, pimp them out right in front of our faces, man. The innocent little kids, and slowly over the years, oh, you want this contract? You want this deal? You want the hey? You want to stay famous, right? Yeah, you gotta just just gotta just bend over a little bit. Just do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. Gotta take some pictures, do a little modeling. Oh, now you might want to do a little porn. You want to do a little bit of this, do a little
Oh,
bit of that. Hey, we won't tell nobody. Here, sell your soul to the devil. Here, sign your contract.
oh
Sign
no.
your.
Oh, by the way, today you're gonna have a new boyfriend today.
Yeah, it's just for fun. It's
and,
okay.
and
We won't
and
traffic you and
trust
data
me,
sex kit and mind control program you.
trust
It's
me,
just method acting. Just let go of your complete personality and become this
just
one.
just just because he looks like a fat, disgusting old slob, he's not really a fat, disgusting old slob. So just suck his dick real good,
Yeah.
you know. And,
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
and
I
make
feel
sure to
bad
come
for
back
half these celebrities
real
because
quick.
they probably don't even know they're being mind control programmed, being given these multiple personality, this multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder. For those of you that don't know about this, by the way, see targetingexposed.com and look up the Illuminati formula to create an undetectable total mind control slave by Fritz Springmeier online, free PDF. And it'll go step by step how they do this programming and create this multiple personality disorder so they can traffic these people and they don't remember what happened. And they can do it with technology in their sleep with these technology, simulations. Sensory simulation. Strange Days, the movie. Look that up. It's that from a distance. So it's Inception, guys. But anyways, thank you, Patrick, for coming on here. I hope this, video that is absolutely world changing and has endless potential and value and power will actually, change the world and, empower people and, help to save lives. I hope this will help wake people up. And, we got the woke movement, but we got people that are actually awakened. We got the fake woke and we got the real woke. So you can't just call, we got the fake gods. We got fake God, the biggest one. We got the real God. So you can't just use these words, everybody. You got to remember, we got conspiracy theorists and we got conspiracy theorumists. We got conspiracy theories, but we got theorems too. Facts combined.
All right, Devin. Well, I'm going to call it with that
Mm.
because I have
Yep.
to do.
Check out Patrick's timeline. Check out he's got multiple channels or multiple timelines, multiple accounts. Check them out. And check out the Truth Talks TikTok channel. See the rest of Operation Guaranteed videos. This is for Operation Guaranteed, worldwide operation to help to inform, train, brief, empower, unify, liberate, and save us all. Thank you for watching. Good luck to you all. Stay blessed.